Hi, this is Andy with wristadvisor.com, and today we have a very special review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Omega Seamaster 300 coaxial master chronometer 41 millimeter. So this is a new 2021 reference by Omega, and this specific one has the blue dial. And yes, this is a deeper, darker blue, so it's not going to pop like some of the other blue watches that we've reviewed, most recently the small second Aquaterra. But this is a watch that is in super high demand, so I want to thank Moyer Fine Jewelers for letting us get a hold of this watch to be able to do this review. So to begin, I want to talk about the difference between this watch and the other Seamaster 300 in the Heritage Collection that's currently being sold by Omega. So this one, most notably, the most notable difference is going to be on the second hand and on the dial. So as you can see, we have the lollipop second hand right here. And I know that just from talking to Moyer and some other Omega collectors that this is a huge, huge thing for this watch that a lot of people are looking for. What you'll also see on this watch is the difference between this and the other one is that this is recessed hour markers. And I think you can pick it up here. I'm trying to give you a good angle of it. Yeah, I think you're going to pick it up right here. So on the hour markers and also on the numerals as well. The movement on this is going to be different than the one that was already in production. This one is the in-house Omega Calibre 8912. Try to give you a shot right here. So, you know, from the outside, it looks very similar to a lot of the coaxial escapements. If you haven't seen any of our reviews on Omega watches, the coaxial master chronometers, very accurate watches, usually 55 to 60 hour power reserve. This one has the 60 hour power reserve. Very strong in anti-magnetic situations. Just a great movement overall. The one that's currently in production has the Omega in-house caliber 8400. The material in this one is going to put this at a better price point. So this comes in stainless steel. The other one is the titanium. So naturally the titanium is going to be more expensive. So the one that was already currently in production starts at $8,300. This one starts at $6,500. And you're getting a lot for this $6,500. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on for you guys because I know a lot of people watch these videos because they want to see the wrist shot. So give me 1 second. I'm going to take off my other watch. And I'm going to be doing a review on this one shortly. I just picked this up in the collection a couple months ago. Haven't done the review yet. I really wanted to spend some time with the Batman. If you guys like what we're doing here, subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified when we do this one in a little bit. All right, so let's give you the wrist shots, and I want to talk to you about my impression of this watch. So I think that this watch fits very comfortable. Something that I look for in watches is having that tapered bracelet. I did have the Seamaster 300 meter, the more traditional diver for them, and that bracelet did not taper. It was a huge thing for me. It's one of the reasons why I didn't stay in my collection for over a year. But I think Omega, and you're seeing this with a lot of their recent releases, is that they are going to more of a taper bracelet and smaller clasps. So Omega, for this new Speedmaster this year, came out with a smaller clasp. This one's come out with a smaller clasp as well. So I think they're really listening to the market and giving people what they're looking for. So I'm going to take this off, and don't worry guys, I'm going to put it back on so you can get some more wrist shots in a second, but I want to talk about just the construction of this watch and the thickness. So when I hold this watch, the thing that I love the most is just the profile view of it. It fits very comfortably. It feels thick enough that you would have confidence that this could be durable. And the sapphire crystal, the dome sapphire crystal on this is just absolutely beautiful. And I think you're getting some good depth on this shot right here of it. It definitely screams vintage when you look at it, but it feels like a modern watch with really good technology. The bezel on here, very simple to move, unidirectional bezel. Obviously, this is a professional dive watch. has a depth rating of 300 meters. This is an aluminum bezel, and as you can see, it's very, very, very skinny. I personally like this look a little bit better than very large bezel dive watches. The more that I've gotten hands-on with some dive watches that kind of resemble more of this, the more I like the simplistic view. It doesn't, sometimes bezels can be too much on a watch. And of course, I'm saying that when, I have the Batman right here, but I think that it's two different things. But so I give great grades to the bezel. Now, one thing, and this isn't about the construction anymore, but it's more about aesthetics. Personally, this is not for me, but I know it could be for a lot of people, is I am not very big into I call it the faux vintage market. So the hour markers, the hand markers, the numerals, and also the numerals on the bezel all have that faux patina look. That's not really something that I'm into, but I know the market's craving for it right now. So if you're one of those guys and you want to have something vintage, but pay for, a watch that has all the current modern technology. I mean, the coaxial master chronometer movements are just absolutely amazing feats of construction and watchmaking. If you want the look and if you want the power behind it, this is a really good watch for you to get involved with. Like I said, the vintage look, not so much for me. I think that if the bezel had white numerals and there wasn't so much faux patina on the dial with the hour markers in the hands, I might consider this as a dive watch, but there's just so many other Omega watches that I like as well. So not a critique, just not personally my style on this. Let's go ahead and let's get to the loom shot. So I have not seen this with the lights off yet. So this is going to be the first time for me seeing it too. But I really anticipate that this is going to look really good because Omega does a great job with a lot of their dive watches. So give me 1 second and let's get the lights off. Oh, wow. Wow, this is nice. This is a really good loom on this watch. Now I see why this watch has been so popular, not just with desk divers. I like to call people that wear dive watches in a white collar situation, but people that will actually rely on these watches for practical applications, low light settings and no light settings. This watch, it's super clear. Very impressed with this, and I'm glad that I'm going through and I'm seeing this the first time on camera with you guys. Let me know what you guys think of this, and is this the best application of luminescence in a dive watch that you guys have seen? I get a hold of a lot of dive watches. I see some great loom, but this is honestly just super, super impressive. I'm curious how long this will hold up. I mean, it's an Omega. The Omegas that I've had 2 Omegas in the past. Loom has been fantastic. Like I said, I had the 300 meter. Could go all night. Look over and you can see, what time it is, any light setting. So, all right, turn the lights back on for you guys. All right, now let's get into pricing, availability, value. So like I said before, this is the stainless steel reference. There is this one's the blue, there's a black one, and there's a bronze gold one, which we could probably do a different review on later. I think it would warrant its own just because of the ingenuity of the case construction. But this has a MSRP of $6,500. And it can be readily available at most Omega authorized dealers and definitely at boutiques. But one thing that I think buyers are going to start realizing when they're buying Omega is that those typical discounts that people are experiencing are definitely shrinking and in some places going away. So in the luxury good markets, everything's doing well, including Omega. Omega's doing great for multiple reasons. One, they are just coming out with some fantastic watches. I mean, I take home a lot of Omegas from Moyer to be able to do videos for you guys. And there's hasn't been one that I got that I was not completely impressed with. I mean, I bought the last one that I had on review, the Aquaterra Small Seconds. I mean, I'm just, people say I'm an Omega fanboy. Yes and no. I mean, I love Omega, but I love other brands too. I just think Omega is doing such a great job in 2020 and 2021. I'm so excited for 2022. But with that increase in demand from just great manufacturing, and also people having trouble getting a hold of other brands that now seem unobtainable, like Rolex. They're going to brands like Omega, where you can walk in a store, you can try on multiple different color references. Like Moyer had one in blue, they had one in black, and they had one in the bronze and gold. You can try it on, find out which one works best for you, and you can go home with it. So because of demand shifting from Rolex to Omega, because of availability and just overall just the quality of watches and design that Omega's purchasing, it's making it really hard to get those same discounts because dealers don't have to do that anymore. And what we're also seeing is that Omega watches are holding their value in certain models. Omega watches are holding their value in the pre-owned market. Now, it's nothing like what we see with Rolex, where they're selling at large premiums. But for Omega buyers, if you buy at the right, if you did buy at the right price, you're probably not losing anything at all. And if you bought at MSRP, you're going to take a little bit of a hit, but nothing like you used to. And if you hold on for a little bit, I think that it's only going, your situation's only going to improve. So with that being said, this is a really great watch by Omega. A really good diver. What I'm most impressed with, I thought it was the feel of the watch, but when I turned the lights off and saw the lume, I mean, that's definitely my favorite thing about the Seamaster 300 collection. So overall, great watch, great value. I'd say a very good price point for what you're getting right here. So guys, I want to thank you for joining us on this video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. I know we say that a lot, but it really does help us get more hands-on with these types of watches. And if you like the videos that we're doing, subscribe to the channel, or at the very least, just visit the channel, see some other reviews that we've done. And if you do like a couple that we've done, it gives you a really good indication of what type of content we produce, so you guys can get involved if you want to. So again, thank you for joining us on this one, and I hope to see you on another one.